Obviously he has so many continents. He's one of the best basketball players in the world ever. So, he just told me, be you.
I remember seeing like an iconic line where he said, don't fit in.
Don't fit in.
LeBron James just spoke about Luka Dončić in a way nobody saw coming. After the Bronny drama exploded online, this quiet exchange suddenly feels heavy. What Luka says here isn't trash talk or flattery. It feels intentional, and fans believe it explains what's about to happen next. The trade that shattered the NBA. Let's rewind to the night of February 1st, 2025. Most of the basketball world was sleeping. Nobody anticipated it. Nobody had any idea. Then suddenly, like lightning striking out of nowhere, the Dallas Mavericks pulled off one of the most stunning trades in NBA history, sending Luka Dončić, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers in a massive three-team deal involving the Utah Jazz. Heading to Dallas were Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. Utah received Jalen Hood-Schifino and multiple second-round picks. In an instant, the entire NBA landscape was flipped upside down. Now pause and think about this. Luka Dončić was just 25 years old when this trade happened. 25. A perennial MVP contender. He had just carried Dallas to the NBA Finals the season before. This was a player every front office viewed as untouchable. You don't trade someone like that. Ever. Yet reports revealed that Mavericks GM Nico Harrison quietly negotiated the deal with Lakers executive Rob Pelinka without offering Luka to any other team. No bidding war. No leverage. Just a late-night call and a handshake that became one of the most controversial choices in modern sports. Dallas claimed it was about conditioning. Defense. Concerns over Luka's weight reportedly nearing 270 pounds, recurring calf injuries, and resistance to team training programs. Harrison publicly stated that defense wins championships and positioned Anthony Davis as the superior two-way anchor alongside Kyrie Irving. But here's what everyone said at the time. Analysts, fans, players, all agreed those explanations sounded like excuses. Because when you have a 25-year-old generational offensive talent, you don't trade him for a 31-year-old big man with his own injury history. The math doesn't work. And the reaction was nuclear. Players across the league called the trade blasphemous, idiotic, and the worst move in modern NBA history. Stars like Anthony Edwards and multiple Knicks players openly voiced disbelief. Anonymous player polls showed widespread confusion. Mavericks fans protested at American Airlines Center chanting, "Fire Nico," with some even being ejected for holding signs. There were also reports of death threats toward Harrison, which is completely unacceptable regardless of how bad the trade was. Luka himself was blindsided. He found out through social media, one of the most disrespectful ways possible. He later described the criticism from Dallas as painful but chose not to respond publicly. He reportedly hasn't spoken to Harrison since, and sources say he remains bitter over lost endorsement money and contract incentives tied to Dallas, potentially exceeding $100 million. LeBron James was also blindsided. He had no prior knowledge or involvement. ESPN and league insiders described him as stunned for days. Neither he nor Anthony Davis was consulted. LeBron later admitted that in his 22-year career, he had never seen anything like this transaction.
Obviously he has so many continents. He's one of the best basketball players in the world ever. So, he just told me, be you.
I remember seeing like an iconic line where he said, don't fit in.
Don't fit in.
That was Luka describing the first thing LeBron told him after arriving in Los Angeles. Be yourself. Don't try to fit in. That message says everything about LeBron's mindset. He wasn't orchestrating this behind the scenes. He wasn't pulling strings through Rich Paul. He was a shocked participant who chose to embrace the situation and welcome his new teammate fully. There were brief exploratory talks with the Boston Celtics before the deal finalized. The Lakers discussed Anthony Davis with Boston's front office led by Brad Stevens, who showed limited interest due to previous connections from Davis's 2019 New Orleans trade. But nothing materialized. Boston never aggressively pursued Davis, and the deal pivoted to Dallas. Luka was never considered for Boston, and no legitimate reporting ever suggested otherwise. Even without the Boston angle, the trade itself was seismic. Everything that followed, every controversy, every locker room tension, traces back to this moment. Luka joins the Lakers and fractures begin. Luka Dončić is now a Los Angeles Laker. Let that sit. The Slovenian prodigy who grew up a EuroLeague ball boy, who watched High School Musical a dozen times for the basketball scenes, now wears purple and gold alongside LeBron James. And the early days were genuinely magical.
Think about all of the anticipation you must have felt when you entered the arena and you see the 77 shirts all over. How did it feel when you actually got on the court and just got to start playing basketball and you and LeBron are throwing alley-oops? How did you process the whole thing emotionally?
Special, the way they received me, everybody. It was amazing to see. I was a little nervous before. It was the last time I was nervous before the game, so.
Luka called his first game in a Lakers jersey one of the most surreal moments of his life. The organization placed number 77 jerseys on every seat. The crowd delivered a thunderous standing ovation. LeBron showed pure class by texting Luka that morning and offering him the final introduction spot, a place usually reserved for the team's biggest star.
Yeah, he texted me in the morning. He said, "Whatever you want," and I said, "It's for him to text me that. It's just amazing. So it shows what kind of person he is. And, he let me have my moment, so I really appreciate it."
So he said, "It's your choice," or when you say whatever you want,
Yeah, he said, "Whatever you want." He texted me, "Whatever you want."
And so what did you text back?
I mean, today, if he can let me be this one, but from now on, he'll be the last.
That's real superstar respect. LeBron stepped aside so Luka could have his moment. Luka humbly accepted it for just one night. And once they hit the court together, the chemistry was immediate.
I mean, it's great. You see, I've never played with a guy like this. And, just being traded to here, to LA, it was different. But just to play with guys like him, like, it's unbelievable. Like, I can learn so many stuff. First of all, off the court, all the things he does just to be ready for the game. And obviously on the court, everybody knows what kind of player he is.
Luka was blown away by LeBron's work ethic. He arrived to find LeBron already hours into his routine. Steve Nash highlighted how similar they are. Both are basketball savants. Both punish mismatches. Both make passes only a handful of players in history could execute.
It's a great point. One of you guys are both incredible passers. One of the things about your passing game that I always really admire is the late pass. Like, did you do that as a kid, or is that something you developed as you got older? But it's like, it's almost over, and then you go like almost 180 behind you to someone for three. Like, where did that come from? Like, is that something that you always did, or it developed in time?
I think it developed during time. I don't think I did that as a kid. Yeah.
Everything looked perfect. Two legends building something together. 1 year in, the Lakers sit 10 games over .500 with Luka averaging roughly 28 points and 8 assists. By every metric, it's working. But beneath the success, cracks formed. And they revolve around Bronny James. LeBron and Bronny became the first father-son duo to play in the NBA together. They shared the court in preseason on October 8, 2024, then again opening night on October 22 against Minnesota. It fulfilled LeBron's longtime dream. But Bronny's NBA reality has been rough. As a rookie, he appeared in 27 games, averaging 2.3 points, 0.7 rebounds, and 0.8 assists in 6.7 minutes while shooting 31.3%. In year 2, those numbers barely changed. And here's where tension rises. Luka demands excellence. When he creates an open look, he expects the shot. During a November 2025 game against Milwaukee with LeBron out, Luka's frustration became obvious. Bronny started. Luka drew 2 defenders, kicked it to Bronny wide open in the corner. Nobody within 5 feet. Bronny hesitated, drove baseline, and passed. Luka threw his arms up. Next possession, same thing. JJ Redick was caught yelling, "Bronny, shoot the damn ball." That said everything.
Luka's in pretty deep, kicked it into the corner. Bronny getting the start tonight. We'll see plenty of action.
Was that disrespect, or normal basketball frustration? Most would say the latter. It happens everywhere. But because it's LeBron's son and Luka is the new face, everything is magnified. Then came the press conference snub. In August 2025, the Lakers announced Luka's 3-year, $165 million extension. Almost the entire roster attended. Almost. LeBron and Bronny didn't. LeBron was golfing. He congratulated Luka via video, but criticism followed. Dan Patrick specifically called out Bronny, saying the lowest man on the roster should have been there. He suggested Bronny should have pushed his father to attend. When a franchise commits $165 million, you show up. This fed into concerns about power dynamics. LeBron has ruled this franchise for years. But now a transition is happening. Shams Charania reported LeBron was navigating unfamiliar territory with Luka positioned as the future. LeBron has publicly supported Luka, but moments raise eyebrows. "It's Luka's team when I give it to him," sounded supportive, and loaded. There were off-season mixed signals and then the Stephen A. Smith incident. In March 2025, LeBron confronted Smith courtside over comments about Bronny's readiness. Smith said LeBron told him, "Stop f***ing with my son." Smith said that wasn't a player, that was a father. And that matters. LeBron is a dad first. But that creates tension when your son won't shoot and your teammate demands excellence. Still, moments of genuine camaraderie exist. LeBron playfully headlocked Luka during a game. There's leaked audio of them trash-talking together. That's chemistry. Bronny even had moments where both reacted proudly from the bench. Teammates joking. Now zoom out. The question isn't whether LeBron and Luka can coexist. They can. The real question is Bronny's future once LeBron steps away. Without that shield, Bronny must earn his spot. Averaging 2 points makes that difficult. LeBron has acknowledged this, saying his career decision is between him and his family.
As far as how long I go in my career?
How long you in your career?
Nah, 0. The motivation to be able to play alongside him every night, that's super motivating. That's what I'm gonna train my body for, you know, every night that I go out there and try to be the best player I can for him, and we're gonna bounce that off one another. But as far as me weighing in on, you know, him and some of my other teammates of how far I go in my career now, it would be literally my decision along with my wife, and, you know, well, two of my boys are already gone. Well, shit, one of them is somewhere around here. Yeah, Bryce is down there in Tucson, so he's out the house. So it'll be a decision between, you know, me, my wife, and my daughter. Like, that's not even, it won't be, hey, having a meeting with my teammates. It won't be.
That's honesty. Luka motivates him. But when LeBron leaves, the Lakers will fully belong to Luka Dončić. Meanwhile, Dallas suffered. Nico Harrison was fired. Anthony Davis played 31 games before being traded again. The return was diluted. Tanking led to Cooper Flag. But any Dallas fan would trade that back for Luka in his prime. Thanks for watching. Click a box to watch more.